I've been waiting to get my hands on one of these for what seems like forever. I've finally got my hands on the new Traxxas TRX4M High Trail. I've gone for the Ford F-150. Really awesome looking truck. Really excited to get stuck into this one. So let's check it out. Now, there's a couple of things that make this different to a standard TRX4M like your Bronco or your Defender. First thing is you've got a factory installed long arm lift kit. So that gives you all this ground clearance in your center point. And you can see you've got longer links, which is giving you that lift. Second thing is you've got these larger Mickey Thompson Baja Pro XS tyres. Actually really nice tyres. You can hear they're vented, but they're actually really sticky. So I think these are going to have really good grip. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these are like on the rocks and on the trail. But yes, you've got these new tyres, you've got the long arm lift kit, usual body design. You've got the kind of the clips. You just pop it up. If we unplug our LEDs. The other thing you notice, it's got a longer chassis frame to account for that longer body. So you can see you've got quite a bit of their overhang on the rear. Otherwise, underneath, you know, it's your usual ECM 2.5 all-in-one ESC and receiver. You've got your battery in the middle, and you've got your Traxxas Titan 180 87 turn motor. And then you've got your axle mounted Traxxas steering servo. And it does say with the long arm lift kit and the bigger tyres, you've got 35% more ground clearance than the stock TRX4M. So obviously, you know, there's quite a noticeable difference in ground clearance. The other thing you'll notice as well is these shock tower mounts are actually a lot shorter than the standard TRX4M shock tower mounts. That's another reason how they've managed to get that lift, because obviously the shocks are mounted lower, which obviously pushes your chassis up. If the shocks were mounted higher, it would obviously push your chassis down. It would push your chassis down a bit. So yeah, that's another way they've achieved that that ground clearance. Now the tyres don't have any foams and they're not glued. You can just pull the tyres off. Now it does have oil-filled shocks. I really like the stock Traxxas shocks. I think they're, you know, really nice. You get a nice bit of smooth movement, nice articulation. You can see you've got, you know, nice bit of flex from the stock suspension setup. So yeah, you know, nice for an out-of-the-box, ready to run, you know, really nice chassis setup and suspension. Battery's your usual 750 milliamp hour 2S Lipo. You know, really good runtime. You're going to get easily an hour runtime out of one of these batteries. The body is a fully licensed hard body, so you've got your 4 badges on there. Nice scale details. You've got your mirrors, you've got your door handles, you've got your stickers. You've got a chrome roll bar with light buckets for LEDs, but the roll bar doesn't include LEDs, but obviously it's ready to go if you want to add them. You've got clear lenses on the rear for your rear lights. You've got light buckets already on the rear, so if you do want to fit lights on the rear, you can do. You've got factory installed LEDs on the front. You can see those in there, and then obviously we've got our cable to plug into the ESC. Now, just like the other TRX4Ms, there's no on-off switch on the ESC. To turn it on, you're just going to plug your battery straight in. And then you see the little LED lights up and it's powered on. It has obviously some spare ports on here. So you're going to plug in your front factory LEDs into this port here, but then you do have a spare port for additional LEDs if you want to install some extra lights or accessories or something like that. You've got nice chrome grille, chrome bumpers. You've actually got chrome diff covers, chrome mirrors, chrome windscreen wipers, chrome strips, chrome door handles. They like chrome on this rig. There's a lot of chrome. Chrome rear bumper, and obviously your chrome rear roll bar. So yeah, there's a lot of chrome on this thing. It's very shiny. You get your usual Traxxas TQ transmitter. You know, it's a decent little controller. It's quite big for a mini crawler, to be honest, but you know, they're not a bad controller. A nice foam grip, easy to drive one-handed, depending on the size of your hands. But yeah, you know, decent radio. Takes 4 AA's to turn it on. You get a 2 amp USB charger. It actually comes with an extended trailer hitch as well. You get your usual Traxxas quick start guide. It actually includes like a poster and some warranty information and your warranty card and things like that. You also get a wheel hex tool, a couple of Allen wrenches, and your little spring spacers. Now it is just straight axles. There's no portal axles. There's no 2-speed like its bigger brother, the TRX4 or anything like that. It does have 45 degrees steering angle out of the box, which is really nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this thing performs. I've like I said earlier, I've wanted one of these for ages. You know, I've got the TRX4M Defender, and I do really like it. It's a really good rig. The only thing that's like kind of The only thing that I'm not fussed on is the slow speed control. It's not very good at all, but you can get the low range gears, you know, but this thing hopefully should be a little ripper and a bit of fun. So let's get it outside. We'll try it on the rock crawler course just so we can see how it performs, and then we'll get it out on the trail, which is kind of where its element is, and we'll take it for a rip and see what it's like. It is one awesome looking truck, isn't it? I do really like the look of it. You know, I love that body. They've done a really good job. It looks fantastic in the daylight. But anyway, yeah, we're just going to hit the rock crawler course, just give it a little quick run, just see how it performs. I'm not expecting anything amazing out of it, to be honest, because I think it is slightly over-geared out of the box. My stock TRX4M Defender struggled with slow speed control, so I think it's going to struggle on like obstacles, you know, it's going to get caught and stuff like that. I think its main place is going to be the best fun is on the trail, but let's give it a quick run on the rocks and then we'll hit the trail and we'll see what it's like. Okay, so first of all, we'll just start off with a hill climb. Obviously, it's got loads of ground clearance, so that should be one advantage it has, and hopefully these tyres should be really, really grippy as well. I'm going to try slow speed control first, but we might have to get a bit of wheel speed. Now, every RC always generally gets stuck on that ridge, but it's just a good way to test if we can crawl over it. The only thing that's just crawled right up there, I think, was actually my TRX4M with the little guy racing parts, wheels and tyres. Those things were just brilliant. But let's get a bit of wheel speed and try that. Nice, there you go. It is very hard to drive this thing slowly. You can just hear it just constantly whining. That's not me, like it's literally not going anywhere, you know. But I'm on the throttle, nothing's happening. So that's the problem with the slow speed control where it's over-geared. There we go, and then it's a bit lurchy. That can't get up there. Finally made it. Just come down. Yeah, it's definitely top heavy. Obviously that high centre of gravity, yeah, it falls over. Probably scratched my brand new truck, but it wouldn't be one of mine if it looked pretty for very long, would it? So let's give it a try and come down without falling over, shall we? It's real struggle to do slow speed, so it's quite difficult. Okay, nice. Nice, obviously loads of ground clearance there. Look, you can see it's just clear in the rock, so that's the one advantage it does have, being the high trail. Nice. Let's see if we can get up here. See what the grip's like on these tyres. Obviously, again, I'm going to be fighting that slow speed control. Come on. That's the thing, I think those tyres have actually got really good grip, but it's the slow speed control that let it down. You know, you're fighting the throttle as opposed to actually being able to get any grip. Obviously, you can install the low range gears. I've got different ideas for this one, so I might leave the trail gears in there and then see if I can do something different with it instead. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Now, most things struggle getting up the stairway because of the ridges and the bits that stick out. This thing's got loads of ground clearance, so it'd be interesting to see if it can get up there. Let's just give it a try. I'll try and go as slowly as I can. Oh, go on, go on, go on. That's me trying to go slow. Come on, you're almost there. I bet if we give it a bit more wheel speed, it'll do it. Nice. Oh man, just every time you get stuck on something, you just can't throttle. It's annoying. There we go, did make it up there. I had to give it a bit of wheel speed though, but again, I think it's just that slow speed control that's making it suffer. We should have tons of ground clearance to come out of the pit, so let's give that a try. Oh, we actually did catch the diff housing then. Nice. Oh. Oh, slipping up a bit. Come on, actually drive. Yeah, you can see when it's moving, the tyres have got good grip, suspension's working really well. You know, it is a really nice rig. It's that slow speed control. It is just awful. I mean, I said the same thing about my TRX4M Defender. I mean, I honestly don't know. I don't understand how Traxxas let this thing go out like that, you know, considering it's meant to be a mini crawler. Yeah, drive around your house. You would never get over anything. You just get frustrated with it after running it for like 5 seconds. It baffles me. It honestly does. I mean, they either should have given it a 2-speed, or it should have had, you know, somewhere in between the low range and the stock gears, because the low range gears make it really, really slow. So either find a happy medium or stick a 2-speed in it. But yeah, you know, it is doing all right on the rocks. It's just drives you around the bend trying to actually get the throttle to respond and climb up anything. You can see again, look, we're just getting stuck. Come on. Come on. It's like I'm talking to a dog, isn't it? Come on. Come on, mate. Actually drive. God, I think that'd be awesome. If I actually had some throttle. This is the other thing you'll find as well. When you go completely full lock, it completely jams up, and look, you just got like nothing. I'm pretty much all the way down the throttle there, look, and no movement whatsoever. That's kind of one of its major flaws, I would say. You've got to come off. There you go. Look, as soon as you come off the steering a little bit, then you get response. Let's see if we can actually get back up there properly. Come on, get some. Okay, we'll try a slightly lesser angle. There we go. Yeah, considering how high the centre of gravity, that's not bad, you know, in regards to it tipping over. But yeah, obviously that slow speed control, and obviously the fact that when you go full lock, it kind of jams up the drivetrain. Yeah, not the best. You know, I would say if you're looking for it as a rock crawler on the stock gears, you're going to struggle and you're going to get frustrated with it. But, you know, ultimately it is a trail truck. You know, it's the high trail edition. But yeah, on the rocks, it does struggle. And you'll probably find now, once we hit the trail as well, when we come up against some roots and some obstacles again, we're going to have the same kind of problem. So obviously wheel speed is going to be your friend, to be honest, with this one. But I think it looks fantastic. The tyres have got a decent grip on them. Ground clearance is really good, mainly in the centre point. I think, to be honest, you know, without not having portal axles, the diff housing is still quite low. So, you know, you do get stuck on the diff housing sometimes. But anyway, let's hit the trail and let's see what it's like. Okay, we're out with the TRX4M high trail on the trail. So in its element. We'll check out the trail speed first of all, and then we'll hit some obstacles and just see how it performs on the trail. So you can see it's got a decent bit of trail speed, plenty quick enough for a brisk walk. Okay, we've got a bit of loose dirt and a slight incline here, not as much as usual because we had so much rain. This stream is like overflowing. I mean, it's almost over my wellies, and normally you can drive the RCs through it. So anyway, let's just do a little climb up here and just see what it's like, see what the grip's like. I'm hoping the grip on these tyres is going to be really, really good on the trail. Okay, we've got some routes we can run over, just see what our ground clearance is like and see what the tyre grip's like on, you know, the kind of things you'd come up against on the trail. Okay, we got over there eventually. You know, all right, not amazingly impressive, to be honest. I mean, you know, other rigs like the FCX24 K5 Blazer just crawled right out that, no issues at all, and the Power Wagon. So yeah, for the high trail, even with that ground clearance, I think we're still struggling with the diffs and so on. The ground clearance between the axle and the ground. Okay, we've got a much steeper hill climb here we can try. Just see how it performs. Obviously, if we get to too high a point, I think it's probably going to tip over. So obviously it's got that higher centre of gravity being the high trail. you can see that's the only issue then, obviously with that higher centre of gravity, you know, it can tip over. That actually did better than I expected going over those routes then. I think with this, if you just keep a bit more, maintain a bit of a slightly quicker speed, it doesn't struggle so much. But obviously it's when you try to go slow that then you get those slow speed issues. Let's go see if we can find some mud and some water and have a little play. Okay, so I think overall, you know, it's a decent little trail truck. You know, there's usual things, the TRX4M, slow speed control isn't very good. It does get stuck on things. You know, they call it the high trail edition. Yes, okay, it's got a nice bit of centre clearance, but, you know, I always find with the TRX4M, the diff housings and the steering linkage get caught up on stuff. So, you know, for a high trail, it would have been much better with Paul axles, wouldn't it, to be honest? But yeah, you know, overall, it's a decent little trail truck. You know, if you're happy kind of like ripping along and a kind of a decent trail speed, then it's fine. But it's obviously as soon as you start to go slower, that's when it really struggles, because like I said, it is just over geared out of the box. You can get the low range gears. To be honest, my idea is I want this to be an awesome little mini mud truck. So I'm going to stick I'm going to see if I can stick the Furotec brushless system in it, which will hopefully then give us nice slow speed control, but loads of wheel speed so we can have fun ripping through the mud and everything as well. You know, I would say there's definitely better mini crawlers on the market. You know, if I had to choose between this or the FCX18 from FMS, or even the K5 or the Power Wagon, or, you know, even like the CR18P, you know, I think some of those still have better performance out of the box. For a trail truck and a bit of fun, you know, it's really good. The body looks absolutely fantastic. I do love the body, to be fair. Tyres, you know, they're pretty decent. I wouldn't say they're amazing. I was expecting way more from them, but, you know, they're not that great. But, you know, they are decent ready-to-run tyres. Better than a lot of other ready-to-run tyres that you get on other ready-to-run RCs. Suspension movement is really nice. Obviously, the oil-filled shocks, that's one thing I do like about the Traxxas rigs, is the setup. You know, the movement of their oil-filled shocks is really, really nice. They get a nice balance. Obviously it's completely waterproof, so you can just rip through mud and water to your heart's content. I do think, to be honest, if you bought it expecting amazing things, you'd be slightly disappointed. But anyway, I hope you found that helpful. Drop me a comment if you've got any questions. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.